Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hot Topics podcast. With me here, I have my co-host, Psycho 4081, who
Hello.
is in recording, and
Lamb chop.
thank you for joining me today. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic I don't know. What are we talking about?
We're talking about
Do you owe your parents?
yes,
Oh, we
For
did that
raising
today.
you.
yeah,
Oh, did you do the question of the day thing?
yes,
Did you get responses?
yes.
Oh, cool.
I'm glad you pay attention.
I do.
All right, so yeah, today's main topic we're going to talk about is do you owe your parents a debt for raising you? So, and the responses varied, A to B, or I should say A to Z, whatever. It varied.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So first, we want to start with our news. What do you have today, Felonious? You missed last episode, Feather.
She
Oh.
missed last episode for a extremely good reason.
No excuse.
Yes.
Gallivanting all around town.
My daughter graduated.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we gave her congratulations on
Thank
air.
you. Yeah. So that's the only news I have.
That's your trending topic.
All right. So I'm gonna say something that I thought was pretty interesting. Right. This came out a few days ago. Giant venomous flying spiders with 4-inch legs are heading to New York area as they spread across East Coast, experts say.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking at the picture, and these are really creepy looking spiders. But you figure 4-inch legs. Oh, they're in Maryland too already.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So they're saying they're going to spread to some of the other ones. So we're definitely going to get them.
Okay.
They are venomous, but they don't pose a hazard to humans.
So they're
So they
just
have venom?
venomous to animals?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it might be like the what do you call it, the daddy long legs, where they just don't. You don't like daddy long legs? Oh, they the coolest.
Anything with all of them legs is just too much. It's too much.
What else you got?
Hunter Biden
Oh yeah.
was
Oh.
found guilty on all charges.
Three charges.
Boo.
Was it 3?
I think so.
Okay, so from what I heard, he illegally obtained a gun for 11 days.
11 whole days.
11 days.
But did he shoot anybody?
No.
No.
But all the the MAGA are celebrating, saying justice should be done and shouldn't play favoritism and all that other type stuff, right?
But yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait till we get to that next one because I'm ready. So yeah, hey, he's probably not going to do any time anyway because it's not a serious charge. I mean, it's a felony, I guess, but I don't see them when they look at the circumstances around it, giving him jail time.
My husband said he was talking to one of the police officers where he works, and they were just like, "Man, don't nobody arrest people for that
Exactly.
kind of thing." It's like
Exactly.
they don't even care. Like, how many people would get arrested if that were the case?
And that was all politically. So they was trying to get at his father.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, the more I look at social media, especially X, formerly known as Twitter.
I don't.
The stuff that they put on there and just the mentality of people when it comes to politics is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, everybody doesn't have to share your view. You know that, right?
They don't. I love people who have varying views, but just not stupid views.
You can't say they're stupid
Why?
because you don't agree
It's their
with
view,
it.
exactly.
No. There's such thing as stupid.
I didn't say it wasn't a such thing.
Exactly.
Stupid.
No,
I said
it's
you can't say it's stupid because they don't share your
No.
view.
I'm not saying it's stupid because they don't share my views. I'm saying it's stupid because they have a particular view that's stupid.
It's the same.
Yeah, I think
I'm
that's
not-
semantics.
No, it is. It's different. It's a difference. Like, okay, for example, 34 felony counts, right? Found guilty of rape, basically, sexual assault, right? In the civil case. Charged in Atlanta, multiple felony counts. They saw what happened on January the 6th. They got all the testimony. They have the tapes. They have Congress videos up there asking him to call off his cronies, right? What more do you need for them not to say, "Oh, that's Biden weaponizing the DOJ"? So if anybody out there who's said that, who uttered those words out your mouth, you're a moron. Okay.
Stop it.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Hey, you gotta tell them how it is sometimes. We can't be beating around the bush.
The views of this podcast are only of psychos.
That's right. It's mine.
Currently.
But at the end of the day, you're just gonna have one person listening, and that's yourself.
So yeah, you Trumpers, you MAGAs, you're a bunch of morons. So if you don't like what I say, I'm open to debate you on it. It's not even going to be a debate. I'm just going to present actual facts and evidence. Something that
the facts and the evidence have been presented.
Yeah, and they're still right. Alternative.
It's just like when you go to school and then they teach you and there's some people that still olodo. There's some people that still don't know, that don't pass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it happens like that everywhere.
Right.
You know, even if you teach them like a layman and all of that, they still don't know it. So because
Did we mention about the guy, the father of four?
No.
Sad news. I wonder if I could bring the audio in here. About the gunman who was shooting at random drivers.
Oh yeah, you sent me that footage.
He killed a father of four. So he's just walking down the street,
just shooting
at people. And
where did that happen?
what was this? I think it was Arizona, California, Texas, somewhere. One of them.
Yeah, that's awful.
Was he
saying
did they
sink those streets? So that got to be New Mexico, Arizona, or California. One of them. Riverside County. That's California.
Was he apprehended though?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He was apprehended.
But then it's not going to bring back the man.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And you just going about your business, trying to live your life.
Yeah.
Make a living for yourself.
Yeah.
Just so happen, it could happen at any time,
anywhere. That's what I'm like. Oh my God.
Any place.
America could be scary, really.
Absolutely.
It's scary to live in.
Absolutely.
So I also remembered. I was talking about, I always argue with people online, right?
Oh, jeez.
And it's just something about this country, like every day more and more you look at all the hypocrisy. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, we was talking about the 1%. Actually, it's probably like the 0.001%. Right. So I pulled this little thing up, and this is from, I forgot who it was from. It was about wealth, a wealth tax, and how there's a big gap in that. It said, here's what a few billionaires would owe with a wealth tax.
Oh, I saw that.
You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. Jeff Bezos would owe $5.7 billion.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, $4.6 billion. Bill Gates, $3.6 billion. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money, but what are they left with? Like,
they're left with $185 billion.
Right. So that's nothing.
Billion. Exactly. So it's time. And we talked about before where, people who make that much money don't pay taxes.
Right.
Or
the
very little.
Same way. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's time for that to change.
Absolutely.
And I guess some of the other people got to pull their head out there. Excuse me.
Where's the where's the edit button?
Let's see what else we got here. Oh, a flying car.
I saw that one too. A flying car. Yep.
Now they said Austrian Airlines plane had his windscreen shattered and nose cone torn off after flying through a thunderstorm. That was an airplane.
Oh,
just for people who fly. It was not out there, but the flying car is going. I think they're going into production.
Right. And
for those who want to get a flying car, the wings fly out, whatever.
And you can drive it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's available. It will be available. I think they had like thousands of orders already in this, behind, but it'll be available for a low price of $100,000. So
well, you can get some cars for some trucks for $100,000. So that's probably not bad considering. Now my question is, what role will the air traffic controllers play in this? Because they have to.
Well, my guess would be that they would probably be at a certain elevation where it wouldn't be considered or wouldn't be in
that
the
space.
FAA. Yeah.
Okay.
So, because like when you fly drones and stuff like that, maybe it's in a specific height. They'll figure it out, I'm sure. But
would you get one?
I'm gonna pass for one. I don't have $100,000. Let's start there.
If I did, I'm not getting one. You know, I don't like flying.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know,
I don't think I want to fly in something that small.
not a helicopter, not
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
You know, maybe my mind will change one day. I doubt it, but you know, because you know how some of y'all get when y'all driving with this road rage, especially Felonious.
Listen, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Coming from the main person that cannot
I ain't gonna say
keep
nothing.
the F word out of his mouth when he's driving.
I am
Like, every
that
time.
person. I'm with them. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I ain't gonna say nothing.
hey, that flying car may help.
Probably not, because then I'll be cussing at the people flying with me.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Pull up Facebook if you don't mind. When we posted that, was that in the group? It was in a group.
The question of the day. It came. I don't know where it came through.
It was. I should have posted it everywhere, but I remember what basically people said, and it was most people were kind of like on the fence with it, and some people, you know, very few chose a side. Like,
Really?
yeah, it was.
I thought that more people would choose a side.
Well, I'm gonna put it this way: more people chose that they owe. They owe a debt. There was two that said they didn't owe a debt, but they owe respect.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now we, for ourselves, what do you say?
I'm gonna say that I agree with the respect. You definitely owe your parents respect. And I also think the role that they play in your life, for me, determines the amount. I can't say amount of debt. I'm not really sure. That's not the right word. I'm not sure.
Well, here's the two arguments. These are the two main arguments. So, the most people that say that they owe a debt is more or less because the parents sacrificed, taking care of you, providing for you, you know, was there when you were sick, all that other type of stuff, the parent stuff, right?
Right.
That's one thought, and then the other one was, they did what they were supposed to do. Meaning,
That's
when you
what
bring
they
it,
signed on for.
exactly, when you bring a child in this world, that's what you do. That's you're saying, you know, because they don't have a choice. The child does not have a choice in bringing themselves in the world. So when you bring a child in the world, that is your job, is to make sure that they, you know, are the best that they can be and are provided for, so they can be productive humans, you know, contribute back to society. That's what you signed up for. So those were the two responses, basically, and they said that, you know, when I said it was respect, you know, we'll always respect our parents, and you know, just as they, especially when they get older, just as they gave, then, you know, it's our turn.
Yes.
To, you know.
Yes, to give back. And I think it's the part that the parent played in your life. If you have a wayward parent that you don't see, and you can't depend on and you can't count on, I feel some type of way if they come back and be like, I'm old now, you need to take care of me.
And you don't, that's, all right, so I'm assuming by what you said that you don't owe, but out of respect and love, right? You can't help but, you know, love a parent, and, you know, even if the parent wasn't that, you know, there for you, you still have a certain amount of love because they are your parent.
Maybe.
You see them, you see yourself in them sometimes.
Maybe.
No, maybe.
Listen, I'm going to stay on the fence with this one because I work in a field where I see some horrible parents and some people who should not have children.
Right.
You know, I see some horrible parents. And if the child says, I can't deal with them and I'm not going to deal with them and they just need to be out of my life, it's a reason.
Right.
You know, they just didn't wake up one day and just be like, I hate you, Mom, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I hate you, Dad, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. It's a reason. So I think, you know, it's a difficult one because I've seen some parents who probably shouldn't have children, or parents who just walk out on their kids.
Oh, no matter. Because I think it was only like 5.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah. So I've seen parents who walk out on their children.
All right. So in Africa,
Why are you looking at me?
I'm waiting for you to say, "Shut up." He don't know about Africa.
But I was gonna say, but then since you brought it up, I'm just listening. I'm waiting to listen to hear what you want to say.
So okay, I'm gonna give you a question. So in Nigeria,
Yes.
and your family, your community, is there a general consensus of how parents should be treated?
Well, yeah, in Africa, well, Nigeria, because you say, oh, you only grew up in Nigeria, you only grew up in Lagos, you don't know anything else. Okay, where I'm from, it's only natural for you to care for your parents after you hit a certain age. Once you're even when you're not even working, and so for us, we don't even leave the house. For a woman, you don't even leave the house to be independent until you're married, like from your house to your husband's house. That's how it was when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? So your parents were responsible for you until the very end, even work, blah blah blah. Only maybe sometimes you get a job and then you just have to move closer to, so they are responsible for you until you leave the house. We don't leave the house at 18 or 7. Only maybe the ones that maybe
wayward,
are not really
wayward people.
Yeah, or the people that are not like
college.
privileged and all that they can just go. Yeah, but ideally you don't leave the house until you're off after college and stuff. While in college you're home, because my parents, they pay, that's how it works. They pay your school fees through university and all of that, and then when you start working, so someone that our school is not free. They have public schools,
right,
but it's not as good as this ones here. So a lot of people go to private school. So
you went to a private school?
You mean
yes,
like in elementary and middle?
Yes,
oh, okay.
elementary.
Okay.
So your parents pay for your private school, your elementary school, your middle school, your high school, university.
Oh wow!
So we pay a lot. So that parent that did that sacrificed all of that. So in turn you go back to help. Some people, well, it's just a norm. A lot of parents in Africa, they like really care for their kids. There are some that might not, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of them, they always strive hard to work, because school is important for us. So everybody has to go to school. Even if you're going to a public school, you still need to get uniforms. You still need to buy uniforms, books, all of that stuff. So your parents still have to, and they have to feed you. We don't have where we get all these benefits and stuff like that. It's just your parents. You're solely dependent on your parents. So it's only natural for you to care for your parents in return. You know what I'm saying? But
and that's for the women.
For the women.
Say they don't leave until they get.
For women, yeah, even the men too. My younger brother, my mom paid his school fees through university.
So he doesn't get his own place until he gets married.
Yeah. Until or maybe after university, and maybe he gets, even from home. You start working from home until maybe you get a spare, like, okay, I'm ready to move out now. I'm almost ready to get married. Okay, I want to live by myself.
Okay.
So you're entitled to, even if you go whatever. Even so how they do it here, where you cannot just move in. You can move into your parents' house at any time. Back home, you just go back home at any time. You know what I'm saying? It's not where, you're out. No, there's no entitlement. Like, my father's house is my father's house. I want to go back home, I'm going back home. It's still my father's house, where I'm always welcome. You know what I'm saying? It's not somewhere where, hey, I left the house, you don't pay my bills, you don't do. No, people always welcome their kids back home at any time. So people, that's how it works.
I feel like that's how it should be.
It's here. It's some places like that here.
For some parents, it's like 18 and you out.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't kick people out. 18. Okay, I finished. What is that? Oh, I'm sorry. I finished.
She's in here tearing up the place.
I finished university when I was I think I went to I finished high school at 16. So university is 4 years. So like 20, I was out of university, and I started working a little, but I was home. I got married 2013. So so like at 23, 24, thereabout, I was
See, and this is how they claim that all that money that they put through them for them going to school and stuff and the uniforms, they get it back when they get married.
No, because what?
They
Because of the
they
lease?
make the
He's gonna make a joke.
No,
So,
it's not
no,
joke,
it's, they don't make it. What do you mean they make it back?
They make him. They make the
no,
groom
pay for
pay.
stuff.
Yeah,
No, that's not. Well, they always have like it's a bride price, which they share amongst the family members. It's like, oh yeah, it's a bride price. Even for the grooms, even for the guys, they go when you want to marry another woman in another woman's house. You're the one going to buy those things and take it there.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? It's only the girls they bring
Gotcha.
to the house. So imagine you have 4 or 5 boys. You're going to pay, despite sending them to school. You're still going to pay
Right.
to marry the bride. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't even follow. What you're saying doesn't even add up. Anyways, so that's how it works for us.
Yeah, don't let him get started.
Yeah, so that's how it works for us over there. Like, there's some
so
people
in that case, then looking at it in that perspective, then you would say
like parents are big for us.
but
They
you
are
would
really big.
that's I think in that particular case, because they could say at 18 you're out, right?
Yeah.
So but they go longer till you get out of school, till you
Right,
get married,
right,
to all this,
right.
you know,
Yes,
whatever. So
that's how
in
it
that
works.
in that case, then I
Yes.
think you would owe your
Right.
parents.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, nobody's really expecting you to do anything back, but it's just
it's a
a lot of
given.
it's compassion. When you're compassionate, when you have compassion, you know what I'm saying?
But there's a lot of people that I know that I talk to over there, not necessarily in Nigeria, but in a lot of places that when you talk to them, they'll say, you know, I'm gonna get a good job. I want to do this, do that, whatever, so I can take care of my mom, take care of my
Right,
family, blah
right.
blah blah. Because that's one of their top things that's on there.
And sometimes when you have like maybe the parents they're not well to do. So sometimes also then back in the days, a lot of parents used to have like 10 kids, 12 kids. So like, oh, if you have 12 kids, at least one of them, all of them cannot just be in penury. They cannot. Some of them will be rich. Amongst
Right.
them, like some of them, like if you have 12 kids, they can't all be poor.
rich.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Oh,
They
yeah.
can't all be poor. So at least maybe 2 or 3 will be rich amongst them
take
and
care
then
of
take
me.
care of you. You
Mhm.
understand what I'm saying? So that's why they always have a lot of kids back then. And even now, even sometimes they raise maybe the first. So mostly the first guy or the first boy or the first child always has a lot of responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Even for the younger ones, you know what I'm saying? Like when they send you through school and all of that, sometimes they sacrifice to make one child go to school to come back to send the other kids to school.
Okay.
I've seen that too.
Yeah.
So that works. It
Yeah,
also
that
works
makes
that way.
sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
it also works that way.
Yeah.
So like sometimes the older child goes to school and is now responsible for taking
The
care of the other
siblings.
siblings
Yeah.
and the rest of the family, and
Yeah.
then maybe the next one too. Everybody comes together to take care of the little ones and the family, the parents, and all of that. So it usually works that way. So we don't have this. It's usually like a family. It's still always a community family kind of thing
Mhm.
till forever in Nigeria. But
It's
yeah,
a good
that's how it
thing.
works.
Amongst the rich Nigerians,
It's not even amongst the rich. It's not just amongst the rich.
because
Like,
you was rich.
whatever. It's not among the
Oh my
rich
gosh.
Nigerians.
Private school.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
She's a rich girl, but you go too far.
Really?
Just-
Really? Really?
So I'm just saying, like, so that's how it worked back
Mm.
there. I mean, that's how it still works. And I expect my kids. Well, I'm not going to suffer for them, and all. I expect that. Oh well, when I'm old. I expect you to come take me out, call me. Yeah, of course. I'm not going to suffer for you for no reason. I'm not going to do 8 hours shift every day.
You're doing
and
it for
come back.
you.
Oh, huh?
You're doing it for you.
How am I doing it for me? Who?
Because
I go to
you
the
decided to have kids. You decided to
Whatever.
not live in a hut.
Well, whatever.
You decide.
You did not
So
say
make
live in a hut.
well,
Hut,
whatever.
paper
Oh,
paper box.
jeez.
No. I'm not saying a hut. Like I'm talking about just a regular hut, a small spot.
Well,
Not saying a
just for them to be comfortable. Cause
exactly. You did it for you.
No, I did it for them as well. I'm like, okay, well, the world is sweet. Okay, this world is so nice. You guys come and join me on Earth. And I welcomed them, and I didn't abandon them when they came. Like, okay, well, I'm gonna strive hard. I'm gonna work hard for you to
But-
make you better,
Were you-
to make you a person. I'm gonna be
Right.
there for you and stand by you. You know what I'm saying? If anybody giving you a hard time in school, I'm gonna go whoop their ass and all of that. So, didn't leave them alone, and I didn't. So my daughter told me one time, like, I said,
Smalley.
whatever, but I'm gonna hire you.
What is wrong with you?
You know what? She always say, you know, if somebody bothers you, or I'm gonna whip their ass. I'm like, she's what, 104 pounds.
Hey, watch the little ones, man. I'm telling you.
And officially 5'3".
Hey, watch the little ones.
5'4". I'll stop you.
Whatever.
So I was having this conversation with my daughter. She wanted me to buy her a laptop for her birthday, and I'm like, oh my god, like, you want everything in this world, leave me alone. And she's like, oh, mommy, I want it. If you get me a laptop, I'm gonna take care of you forever. I'm gonna pay your rent until when you're old. I'm gonna. So I'm glad that she already has that sense of responsibility. Like, oh, I'm responsible for my kid, for my parents,
Right.
when they're older.
Did you
know
get the
what I'm saying?
laptop?
Yes, she did. So it was like, are you trying to bribe
her?
Yeah.
You remind her.
Yeah.
that these
said
are the things
this.
you said.
So I think it really starts from small and how kids are raised.
Yeah.
You know, like how they see what is going on in the house.
Right.
Like if you're not calling your parents regularly, if they see that your parents, when you call them, you see they're talking to your parents, that means it's showing you that you have to call your parents as well. You have to do this. You have to know that family is important. No matter where you go in life, you still have to call your brother, check on your brother. Now I make my kids like, hey, you have to be kind to your brother, your younger brother. You have to be kind to him. You have to stand up for him, defend him. That's how it works. Like, it's just two of you, so he's your other person, is your brother forever. Right. Nobody else. It's just both of you. So that's how I try to bring them up, to know that it's important to be together. Like, family is always going to come first. They're going to have each other's backs and everything forever. And your parents, family is always the people you can always count on. That's how I try to make it that way. You know, it's how you build. It's
we
what
would
you
hope
build.
that's true.
It works for me too. From
Right.
I'm the only girl. I have brothers, and then now my brothers, anything I say, I try to bring everybody together. I try to, hey, let's do this. So I still try to make this connection, like a bond. We still have this kind of bond, even though my mom is late,
Right.
and she's like our bond, and she's late, but even after she's gone, we still have a bond.
Yep.
Like family. I still do stuff for my brothers. I still call them. I still talk to them, whatever they call me. It's like that for us, and I want that to be passed down to my kids as well. Like,
It will be.
You
It
know,
will
so
be.
that's
They see what you're
yeah,
doing.
it's important for me. Family is important to
What
me.
is wrong with your face?
So
Making faces.
so family is always important to me. It's always going to come first, and I hope and my kids will see that and emulate that. And
Yeah, they will.
yeah, because
They will.
sometimes you find out that some people leave Nigeria or Africa and come to America, and then they start
Get westernized.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
They do. So another thing that came up was one time, all the cultural shocks I had here was like where you have to call people out. I'm still trying to get a hang of that.
Call
but
people.
Wait, like I'm like, hey, I'm not finished talking. Let me speak first before you cut me in. I'll be cut me off before you chip in.
I'll cut you
Let
in.
me
Go ahead.
say- cut me off.
I was a bird.
Whatever.
I was a bun.
So as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted.
Yes.
I just needed clarification.
Anyway, whatever. So, like, one of the cultural shocks was when you like say, "Hey, I want to have a party," or "I want to do this." I'm still trying to get a hang of it though, but it's like I'm calling you out of your house. I'm saying, "Hey, I'm inviting you to come join me. I want to have my party at a restaurant, or my birthday at a restaurant." You're leaving your house, you're driving, you're doing everything, and I expect you to get to the restaurant and pay for your food.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous to me.
Wait. You
Yes.
saying that's how it is here?
Yes.
That is very. Yes, it is. That is ridiculous.
No,
to
let me tell you.
A lot of people do that.
I don't. That's not considered
standard.
acceptable here. People do it. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of
No.
people do it. A
No.
lot of people.
Yeah.
Why you
Yeah,
acting
I don't
like it's
know.
strange? Oh,
I don't know. That's done
Excuse
a
me.
lot.
Usually, what happens is, sorry, for your birthday, right? Everybody that comes out, if you're the person with the birthday, everybody comes out and they all chip in
For your dinner.
for your dinner.
You buy your own dinner.
Right,
That's,
but
what she's saying.
But no, but I'm saying if, like, say if somebody everybody just wanted to celebrate you, but if it was a party, like for example, if I'm throwing a party, when you invite somebody to a party, the food is usually included.
Yeah,
No, that's
but that's
not
not
like
what
a
she was saying.
restaurant. I
She
said
was
a
saying the
restaurant.
restaurant parties, and that's how the restaurant parties
Work
are.
exactly.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of them.
Yeah.
And then one time I had to drive all the way to Rockville
Oh wow.
on an hour. And then when it was, I went with my family, my kids, everybody, and then we're there. And then, mind you, this person is Nigerian as well. And next thing, the waiter was like, "Are you guys together?" Meaning, talking about me and my family, like my crew. Are we together? I'm like, "Yeah." So I didn't even understand what it was. I'm like, "Are we sure?" Why is this person asking if we're together? Does that mean like we're going to pay? I better go get my wallet from the car and all that. And at the end of the day, I had to pay for all the food we ate.
Yep.
You understand? And then this person was calling me. I'd been calling, "Hey, are you coming? Are you coming?" Well, I'm like, so if I had gone, I would have felt better if I had to go to a restaurant in my area. It would have been okay if I had to take my kids. "Hey, you guys, let's go eat somewhere else." I didn't have to drive all the way to go pay for my food. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes a lot of things happen here, and then some people come over, emulate that kind of thing too. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a cultural shock to me.
So typically, how I've seen it, it's like if we're all taking somebody out, it's like, come celebrate this birthday. We're going, for this person. Everybody, splits the bill except for the person whose birthday it is. But if you're organizing, if I organize a party for Lamb Chop, right, I'm going to invite her friends.
Yeah.
You don't expect them to pay because you're going to have everything there.
Right.
That's going to be taken care of.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm talking
I know
about
that's
the
not what you're
restaurant.
saying.
Yeah.
The restaurant, you go to a restaurant, whether it
No,
be the
but
house.
you're paying for your own meal.
No, I'm saying it's not typical. If I'm organizing a birthday party for you, let's say we're going to have it at
Bonefish.
or McDonald's.
No, you organize
All right,
it though. Like
so
I want to
Bonefish.
do my,
Okay, so we go to
That's on my
Bonefish, right?
nerve.
So I'm going to invite specific people and say, hey, or how many come in, blah blah blah, whatever. And then the one thing, I mean, everybody's included, and you get a specific menu. Nobody's, buying lobster. I don't know if you get lobster at Bonefish, but nobody's, going crazy on the menu. But it's all included. But if it's something like if a whole bunch of friends just want to recognize a common friend's birthday or even a family member, everybody go out and they pay for their own meal plus
Some towards the person they're
correct.
celebrating.
So-
but for the most part,
Yeah, exactly.
these restaurant parties
Yeah, you
now,
pay. Yeah,
you are
pay.
paying for your own
Yeah.
meal, not the guest of honor, but
Right.
everybody else at that table is paying for their own meal.
Exactly.
But-
And then it's funny because it's the celebrant themselves that call you out.
But they
that,
make
"Hey,
it
come and celebrate with
usually
me."
they make it known ahead of time.
Yeah. At the last party I went to, remember the all white party I went to one time like that? That I had to buy the white shoe, white bag. They called it
okay.
color again. I had to buy white shoe, white bag, white everything. I had to go pay $120, and I drove like 50 minutes. It was like somewhere Bowie or something like that to go to the restaurant to celebrate with the person.
You
things
did
like
all
that.
that to go to a restaurant?
Yeah,
And-
a party.
And
yeah.
then you had to pay for your own meal.
Yes,
Yes.
that's how I said I paid $120 flat. She said, "Okay, everybody is $120 for whatever you're buying."
What? No,
yeah,
how-
yeah, everything was
I was
$120.
about to drop a
$120.
bomb. What would y'all eat? Okay.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
but
I don't even eat a lot.
they should have told properly. They would have let everybody know this is what the fee is going to be ahead of time. So when you're coming, this is going to be it. You
And
get what
another
I'm
thing I
saying?
don't like is the splitting of the bill thing. I'd rather pay for my food than split the bill because I don't
See,
eat
I don't
a
mind
lot.
splitting the bill.
Because I don't eat a
mind
lot.
splitting the
So
bill.
if you eat like 7 meals and I have everything, and
Well, they
then
do it out of convenience because it's hard for the person to sit there and everybody go, well, mine was only such and such.
Yes.
That's too much trouble, especially when you sometimes when you have a
certain amount.
certain amount
They make you
altogether.
yeah.
So
so there's lots of people that don't eat.
well, if you didn't eat, then I don't think anybody would say that.
Yeah.
So what? If we're gonna split the bill, if I had just one lamb chop,
But if but if you went there knowing that you're gonna split, if you decide not to eat, that's on you.
Right.
so because I'm gonna split the bill, so I'm gonna eat more than
you
what
got
I can eat.
water and a squeeze of lemon, then that's on you. You paying $120 for a bootleg lemonade.
A bad one at that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't. So I definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, that's how most of these parties
Yeah.
are.
Yeah,
They You go with the anticipation, and they don't normally say it. You just go with the anticipation of knowing that you're paying for your own food.
Park Heights special.
You know what?
I'm not. Yeah, I don't. You invite some. This is how properly you're supposed to do.
Parties, so.
Right.
You don't even know
I do
people.
go to parties.
When was the last time you were
exactly
out with
when.
a group of people?
When's the last time I went to a party?
Yeah.
Out with a group of people.
Oh, I know
for
the
dinner.
last time he was what's that thing? I want to say convocation. His retirement. Sorry.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But that was a family.
But
thing.
that
It's
was
different.
and that was your party. So you weren't going to pay.
No, but did you pay?
No.
Did anybody else pay?
No.
Exactly. So the
people
person.
that's what I'm
But
saying.
it
It's
depends. Well, it
different.
depends on who's throwing the party.
Exactly.
'Cause,
So
you know.
if I'm saying like it's my birthday, hey, you guys come join me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not like someone is throwing the party for you. You yourself, you say, hey, I want to have my birthday at this restaurant. You guys
Right.
come join me, and then you pay for your meal.
Yeah, if it was presented like that, then I would expect to pay for my own meal.
Right.
You know, you're joining somebody to celebrate somebody's
Well,
birthday.
I always do this where I say, hey, you guys come have dinner with me and whatever, and I pay for everybody.
Right.
That's how it works for me. So it's always shocking to me when I do other people's things.
So, guess who's inviting us to dinner?
We have
Money
totally
bags.
got off the subject. We
It's
have
not money.
totally
It's
got
not
off the-
money bag.
Yeah,
But
it's-
I just.
But
feel-
okay.
That's how I. That's
yeah,
how
if you're
it
asking
was for me.
somebody to join you,
Yeah.
I see what you're
I
saying.
feel like it's your
Yeah.
responsibility. I
I
could
see
have
what you're
eaten
saying.
whatever I had in my house
Right.
and not go out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just now call me out and say, hey.
So how do you, or we talk about your children? How do your children see it?
As far as whether they owe you something?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how they see it, honestly. I don't know how they see it.
Call 'em
Boys
up.
are different.
Call 'em
Boy,
up.
you know,
I was
boys
gonna
are
say that.
different.
I
Call
was
them
I
up.
don't
Who's
know.
gonna answer the phone? Call them up.
Well, my youngest son already told me he put me in the home. So he done already told me that. But in the same sense, you know, you don't answer your phone. I've been calling you. I'm worried about you. Or if I leave the house and I'm gone for a couple of hours, somebody is ringing my phone. Like, you all right? Like, I'm at the store. You know, I'm in a fabric store. Leave me alone. Like, why are you calling? I'm in a fabric store. I'm not doing anything. So I hope that they will take care of me.
All right. I don't
we'll
know.
see.
I'm gonna call my kids, and we will see. Now, before I call them, I'm gonna guess.
Who
Says what? Who says what?
No, how am I gonna phrase? I'm gonna say, hey, if when I get old, do you feel it's your responsibility to take care of me when I'm old?
Well, you're putting it on the spot. So
Huh?
they're putting them on the spot.
You
so
all put them on the spot.
Okay.
So
my
they'll probably
gosh.
I mean,
say yes.
Let's,
Listen,
I don't mean it.
Oh my God. What is wrong with you?
let's see.
So I took care of my mother. When my mother got sick, she moved in with us. And I took care of my mother. But I have to honestly say, what that taught me was, if my father got sick, I'm paying for his rent. I'm not letting another person move in my house.
Hey, son.
Yeah.
We're doing a podcast right now, and the question came up: Do kids owe their parents a debt for raising them? So, like, say if I got old,
You're older.
if
Older.
I got older,
Oldest.
do you feel it's your responsibility to make sure that that I'm taken care of?
To some extent, yeah.
Okay.
She's putting all that work to taking care of us. You might as well do the same.
All right.
Good answer. Good answer.
Now, is your sister working? All right. Thanks.
Good answer. No, I was saying what that taught me was that I will absolutely pay my father's rent. It was really hard to have. It's not hard to take care of her. I didn't mind taking care of her at all. But it was hard with her interactions with my kids. Like, I would tell them no, they couldn't do something. And she would just be like, let them kids do that. Just like, it caused a lot of confusion, a lot of confusion. And I should have known that from just being, because I was raised with my mother and my grandmother in the house. And I should have realized that because it was the same thing. If my son wanted something, he knew who to go to get it. He would, go to my grandmother,
Right.
and she would absolutely let him have it. So it's really hard. It's really hard to take care of your parents, but I absolutely took care of my mother without any problems. And I will take care of my dad. I take him to his doctor's appointments when, he has doctor's appointments, but I think I will pay his rent.
So I'm gonna tell you this now. Like, my father just passed away a couple years ago, right? So in his advanced years, my sister was the one who took care of him.
Right.
I mean, like really went out of her way. I mean, she did everything you would possibly,
the girl child
Yeah.
is usually like that.
That right
so,
there.
I mean, till the very end.
Yeah.
Right. Even though, when we were younger, we didn't have that same, my father didn't take care of us.
Right.
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 But that's how she felt. I don't think she did it out of, I don't know if she did it out of obligation or whatever,
Right.
but she was the closest one to him, and
Like physically close
physically,
or emotional?
physically,
Okay.
but she just took it,
Right.
when we helped, some of us
Right.
helped, but it was kind of, she took on that responsibility at different points in his life, not just at
Right.
the end,
Right.
so that did happen. I don't know, I'm gonna have to ask her one day if she did it, how she felt.
That's
But-
not.
And
That's
why
not
did she felt like
obligation
she
because
felt like she needed
if
to do
someone
it?
Yeah.
not take care of you, that's not an obligation.
Right.
You're just doing it out of maybe
That's
compassion.
love or
yeah.
compassion or
Right.
compassion.
That's my daughter.
Are you calling her at work?
I don't know if she's at work. She might answer if she's at work.
Okay.
I bet you she says no. All right, she must be at work.
So
I
that's-
listened to this. I don't know what you call her. You know who Joyce Myers is? She's a religious person. She got a TV show. She got a bunch of talk shows. She wrote a lot of books.
No.
But her backstory is that her father molested her for a lot of years, and when he became older and sick, she took care of him. And every time I hear her tell that story, I'm just like, I'm not really sure I could do that. But what she said was, because she believes in the Bible, and the Bible says you should honor your mother and father, she took care of him. She made sure he had a place to stay. She, took care of him in hospice. She did all of those things that she felt like a daughter or a good Christian was supposed to do. And I was just like, I'm not sure I could have done that. I'm serious. I'm not sure I could have done that. That's hard.
I don't think anybody would even expect
You
that.
to.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
My
But-
father is someone that's gonna guilt trip you into. He's gonna be like, "Oh, if your mom were here, she would not believe how you're treating me."
See,
Just
you
Probably
you
because
good.
I didn't call you for one day or something.
You good, because I'll be like, well, she not here, so this is what's going on.
I'll be like, "Oh, in the Bible it says honor your mother and your parents and your father so that you do well. Anything you do to me, I'm not cursing you. I'm not cursing anybody. I'm not cursing anybody.
Right. Oh,
But
I would
anything
never
you
do
do to
that.
me, your
Yeah.
kids will do for you. Anything you do to me, any way you treat me,
Right.
Okay. It'll be paid by
back
you.
by your
Payback,
kids.
yeah.
And then you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not a curse. I'm not cursing anybody else. I'm not cursing any child. But I'm just saying it's the way of life. That's what happens. So you already know that, okay, I don't want my kids.
I don't know. I hope my kids would take care of me. I think they will.
So Grayson Heinrich,
Oh,
he
that's-
says,
okay. Is he from Germany or from German descent?
he's from Woodlawn.
You made it sound like he was.
That's not far from Germany.
He says yes and no. Yes, because they raised you and you should show your thanks and respect. Okay, which is,
Right.
Then he says no, because it was their job to raise you.
Right.
But a good child will show his or her respect. So, yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Muhammad Jamil says yes. Long list of justifications has existed since millenniums. The top one is that no one can repay them enough for keeping you alive since the first days of your helplessness, day of your birth. So
Since before that,
Right.
she was keeping you alive in utero.
you're saying that, there's no way you can repay
Right.
in full.
Right. Right. That is true.
So-
That is true. You're
So-
right about that.
Kenneth Fleetwood says, you get what you give. I'm gonna pay my parents at every opportunity I get to honor my parents, which is, I like that response.
Yeah.
And we have Ari. She gave a more cerebral response. Well, when I say less emotional,
Okay.
right? She says, no, they aren't owed a debt. Raising kids was their choice. I would say that they are owed respect and kind treatment, though.
Yes.
Assuming that they tried their best and were good parents / people, of course. So
Right.
there's a caveat to that. So if you were a parent and you was, like you said,
Yeah, there's some horrible parents out there.
Okay.
There is some horrible parents out there.
Yeah. So me personally, I feel that, yes, you do owe your parents a debt, provided that they did what they could
Right.
to,
Right.
bring you to adulthood.
Right.
Just out of respect. I mean, I think it goes hand in hand, really. You should respect your parents, obviously. Again, but that's not unconditional.
Yeah.
It's not unconditional.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, as far as my parents go,
I know you're gonna take care of your mama.
Oh,
You
definitely.
know, he a mama's boy. He gonna take care of his
I
mama.
cannot. When I think back about all of the things like that she sacrificed, growing up, and then you get to a certain age, and how are you going to see your mom into a nursing home?
What kind of nursing home is it?
I thought that was I thought that was an American thing, though.
What, nursing homes?
Yeah.
No, they have nursing homes all over the place, but
Is it not an American thing where they have to take their parents when you're old?
Oh no, you don't have to. You know what? It depends, and I'm gonna say this. It depends, because when my mother was sick, they told us when she was getting discharged that she was going to have to go to nursing home because she was going to need 24-hour care.
Okay,
there was no way that I could provide 24-hour care. So
that is
she had
condition.
to go. Yeah, she had to go.
Now, even for that, for me, if I can afford it,
Right.
I would, hey,
Make sure it's a good one.
in-law suite. No,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
hiring somebody.
Oh, bring a nurse in. Yeah.
Yeah. A hot one too.
Every time.
I'm just saying,
Every time.
might as well.
I know what we were talking about. You know.
You want to physically practice what you've been watching.
Huh?
You want to physically practice what you've been watching. You said the hot nurse.
A hot nurse, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing. You want to practice what you watch.
What do you mean? What do I watch?
Just saying.
Oh, I got it.
I don't.
Okay.
Of course,
We'll
thank
talk
you.
about it. We'll talk about it offline.
Right.
But I was going to say that while we're talking about Owen, I think that children also need to understand that, especially in America, but you said in Nigeria it's not like that. After the age of 18, whatever your parents do for you beyond that is love. Mm-hmm. Because they're not responsible for you anymore. They don't owe you a thing. They don't owe you anything. Right. So anything beyond the age of 18, if they're taking care of you or doing whatever they need for you, you need to respect that too and know that this could be really different, because a lot of kids get kicked out at 18 or younger,
I left at 18. I left at 18 because one of the reasons was I didn't want to be a burden to my, so I was like, I had it all planned. I could have went to college straight, whatever, but I chose the military because it sets you off, to being on your own.
At 18, I was a small girl. I left the house.
Not in the United States.
Yeah, I signed up when I was 17.
Yeah.
And I left when I was 18, and
Oh my God.
that was it. I've been on my own since. So the thing is, I didn't, I went to college on my own, and I didn't want to be a burden to what I thought was already, a lot that she was doing.
Okay.
Okay. And then, my intention was, at the time, it didn't work out that way, but my intention, when I got there and I would pay for my younger, I had one younger sibling, pay for her to go to school, but military, we don't get paid that much. So
they lied to you, don't they?
the ones that are out now, because you can transfer stuff over to family members.
Okay.
But if I'd have thought about it more, if I would have planned more, and it'd have been a little different situation. But I definitely looked at that was my responsibility even back then,
right,
before she got old.
Right.
to help out. You know, do what you can to help.
That because you're a compassionate person and then you loved your mom. That's why you thought that way.
Yeah.
Some people don't think wouldn't think that way. And some people. I think it also depends on the person, the individual themselves, who you are as a person. Some people don't care. Some people are selfish.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people are selfish. They cannot give.
Right.
They just think about themselves by themselves. So they cannot
true.
help. They don't want to help.
That's
You know.
true.
So
I just can't fathom that though. Like
people do that. People are
unless
selfish.
I can see that, but I mean I can't fathom that if you had like parents that did a lot for you, you know. And I know some kids are entitled.
But then
that's true
of course.
too.
They actually think that you owe them
Right.
to
I
do
saw
all
I
those
saw a
things.
video of this girl, 14-year-old. I don't know if you saw this video. Did I send it to you? And then this girl was telling her mom. Her mom was in a wheelchair, and then she was telling her mom was telling her to do chores and all of that. And then she's like, "No, I'm not gonna do chores." Blah 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 blah. And then she said, "Stand on it." Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. You can't
What?
stand on it. Her mom was in a wheelchair, and she told her mom, "Well, guess what? Stand on it then." Well, I forgot. You can't. I'm like,
Oh my God.
She was
that's
14?
horrible.
yeah. Oh my god.
Ooh.
I'm like, oh my god. I
So
felt it.
at some point during those 14 years, she either gave her too much or gave her that power of being equal.
Yeah, her mom.
as
So
equal.
her mom. I
Yes.
think her mom recently got paralyzed and
Right,
stuff. So her
right.
mom was still trying to figure it out
Yeah.
by herself and all that.
And she
So-
wasn't helping her figure it out.
Yes. So she's like, I
Oh
had to
my
deal
God.
with that. How she was. She had to deal with herself, newly paralyzed and all of that,
And
had to-
deal with a
and then that was the
disrespectful
Teenage, yeah.
disrespectful teenager.
That's the beginning of teenagerhood.
Yeah.
So, that was hard.
that's what I call 14's the evil age.
Oh yeah, it is. No, I think
So-
it starts at 12.
12?
Honestly, I think it starts at 12. I think they start getting them hormone surging, and then by 14, you are ready to kill them. You are just ready to kill them. But I also think too that's nature's way of helping you adjust to them moving on. You know, because you're at that point where if he don't get out this house, I'm gonna kill him. But then they start separating themselves from you, and then are ready to move on, and you're ready for them to go.
Yeah.
So it kind of works out.
Well, it's just because they don't beat their kids here. That's just it. Because
What?
People still do?
Well,
Well, I cannot.
maybe it's generational because I got some beatings.
I did
Yeah,
too.
that's what
So maybe it's just
'cause my-
generational.
you cannot even talk. Even at the grown, be married, have kids, your parents can still slap you at any time. I'm telling you, that's how it works. You cannot. Just look at your mom. Just when she's talking to you, just look at her in the eye. You're dead. You know that kind of thing. Yeah, you have to look down. It's disrespectful to look at your parents in the eye.
Oh no, my eyes would be like, you look at me when I'm talking to you.
Like, oh, you're looking at me. That's another.
Like
that's
that,
another,
like a challenge, like,
yeah.
like almost like
Like, oh, you want to
like,
beat me?
like
Oh,
wolves.
you ready to fight?
Oh,
Oh, that kind of
wow.
thing.
That's how wolves are.
So you look down. You look down like, oh my god, they're talking to me, and then you look down because you're like, so it's a lot of well, not difficult. I won't say difficult growing up in Africa, but then it made us who we are today. So because I wish sometime in my life I was thinking that maybe my kids just go like 1 year or something or 2 years just to go learn.
Oh,
How-
get
okay.
Yeah.
the structure. The,
Yes,
you know.
to go learn and know how things are done there
Right,
and everything,
right.
and know responsibilities and all of that. A lot
Yeah.
of, but they are trying now. But maybe because they're not yet in the teenage, maybe from next year I'll know what my decision is going to be.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
So-
I think everybody needs a little struggle too, and I think that's some of the mistakes that I've made with my kids.
I agree.
They've not had
give
the
them a
struggle.
lot. Mm-hmm. I
And
agree.
they
Yeah.
then they'll get that, and I'm not talking about you hurt
well,
my son.
It's good. Everybody, because I would say to an extent, like my parents, they struggled, but they gave me everything.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
they gave me everything, but I still turned out this way. I still have respect.
Oh Lord,
Whatever.
she's talking bad about your dad.
I still have respect for my parents. I still have
Absolutely.
respect for my father.
Right,
Like,
right.
on the phone, it took me a while for over the phone when I picked my dad's call. Maybe last year or something. I still do like, Daddy, good morning. I still bow my head to greet him over the phone. So it's that way for me. It's that
Yep.
much respect for me. Even till now, I can't talk back. I can't say. Sometimes he'll be like, are you doing it? And I'm like, does this man even know I'm even a grown ass woman? And then I just leave it. I just let it go. Like, okay, well, just say what you need to say.
Yes,
yeah.
okay, you just listen. Like, okay.
Yeah. Unlike compared to some other people where they have. Look at I have other brothers that are like half brothers. They're white, and the way they can speak to him. They are older though, but then I still don't have that liver to just respond that way. No,
they were raised in
Nigeria too.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then they traveled when they traveled for university.
Okay.
And they've been there since.
Okay.
So it was like some things they can say and open up about and just really stand their ground.
Right.
I still don't have the liver to do that. So I'm still like, okay, well, let it just go. Let me just let it go. And all of that. I just complain inside me. And that's it. I just complain and grumble to myself. But I cannot stand up to say, hey, I don't think you're right. Or I don't think this is right.
Yeah.
My sister was like that. She would just say anything to my mother, and I would be like in the background, like, "Oh, she about to get it. She is gonna get it." But she would just say what she felt like saying and did not care.
Wow.
It doesn't work that way.
No, it did not work that way.
I wouldn't even. I can't even. I wouldn't even think about it.
Nope.
It wasn't even because I was, afraid or anything like that. But it was just I just couldn't even think about that.
And then the things you think, for me growing up with my mom, I mostly grew up with my mom. So, because my dad was a bird.
Flying all over the place.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
like, for things that it was kind of difficult. Not difficult in the sense that my mom was like extra. Like, oh my God.
Extra strict.
Extra, huh?
Extra strict.
Yeah, like, no, and even the things that she counted, the things that meant so much to her, like things that you feel like they're not important. Like, my mommy could wake you up at 6 a.m. for absolutely nothing. My mommy can wake you up at 6 a.m. to, I don't even know, because she needs to go out early. She likes to go out early, and then she'll wake you up just because she's going out. Those kind of things where you have to just go through, like, oh my God. But you cannot even say anything. Like, she was just
not say anything.
Like all those kind of like extra. I can't remember examples, but like she was so extra, like strict, extra everything. But she was cool. But then, you already knew that. Oh, I cannot do this. She used to ground us like, I would dare not go out the house. Like she says, hey, I'm going to work. You guys are grounded. You're not going out today.
That's right. You better.
And
be
all
there.
my friends will be outside playing, and then I'm looking through the window. I dare not go out. And she's not even there. She's not going to know. But then you dare not.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you,
she'll
my
know.
sister. That was her. Real quick, this funny thing. All right, so we had this arcade in Atlantic City, right up on Kentucky and Arctic Avenue. It was the spot, like the hot spot, whatever. And it was called Kenny's Game Room.
Oh my God, he remembers everything.
And let me tell you how my mom said, "Don't have your ass in that game room," because it was a hood, like
Right,
it was
right.
but it was fun, and whatever. I remember my mom. I don't know if she came home early one day. She marched right up there to Kenny's Game Room, and anybody from Atlantic City, y'all know how Kenny's Game Room was. We walked in and dragged her right out of there.
It's something my mom can do. It's
But
something she can do.
that was the.
Oh, yeah.
My sister was the one who like challenged everything.
Yes.
If you said
You're older, younger.
older. So I don't know about my younger, because I think my younger sister had everything pretty much. It was easier for her.
She was number 3.
She was number 3.
By that time, your mother tired.
I was gone.
You can have whatever you want.
So she had me when I was a teenager, overseeing her. So when I left, she was by herself.
Right,
So she didn't get
right.
she didn't get the
Strictness.
Yeah. By number 3, just as long as you're not bleeding, it's good.
But that
But
older
do
one.
you think you were treated differently because you were the only girl?
No.
Okay. He's like, no.
And she's gonna be like, hey, you run your mouth too much, and you cannot even take a beating. She tells me that all the time.
They knew her down at the cane store.
And then because my mom used to scream my name so much, like everybody. So one time I went to get.
What did she call you?
Shubumi.
Okay.
So one time I went to get I went to the other place to get some candy or food. She sent me somewhere, and then somebody heard them call my name, And then the person that I was buying the stuff from was like, "Oh, are you the Shimomi? Are you the one that your mom keeps calling your name?" I'm like, "Yeah." So you're the person. I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Oh my God, she calls me like everywhere. But it was good. It turned out good. We had some sort of freedom. Some of my friends, their parents were so strict. They couldn't leave the house. They couldn't mix with people.
Yeah,
It was like that. We had people like that. Like, you can't go out. Why are you going out? You can't step out of the house.
Right.
So, and we had friends that their parents let them do stuff, go out to parties. I never, even while I was in the university, I was so scared of my mom. I never went to a party.
Really?
She sure caught up as an adult.
Whatever. But I never went clubbing. Like, people
What
get
is
up.
wrong with you?
3 parties a week.
Whatever. I'm African.
Hey.
it's boring in America, so
You know.
I have to console myself.
There you go. If you can get it in, get it in. That's what I say.
So, like, I never, like, I was like, oh my God, if I go clubbing, and then I just always imagine the worst. I'm like, and then they say, hey, and then maybe the police people pull us over, and then they take us to the station and like, okay, call someone to bail you out, and then I'm gonna call my mom. She's gonna kill me.
But she
I'd
would be
rather-
there and she would bail you out. But
Yeah.
you would hear about it for the rest of your life.
My mom can beat me up at the station. My mom can beat you up anywhere. I'm telling you. So you just, to avoid the embarrassment and all of that, you just try to just be on your best behavior and be like,
Oh
hey,
my God, that's half the
if you
fun,
break a
sneaking
plate,
into stuff.
you're getting a beating.
Oh no.
That's how it was.
If you break a plate?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
wow.
you should be more careful. So that's how it was fun, but it made you more careful. Like, hey, my mom is going to kill me. I'll cry like God. There was a time in school, I would come maybe second, first in my report, but my teacher will put a report and say, Shibomi is very intelligent. Guess what my mom will beat me for? Because he
What?
said,
For the
what?
teacher lying?
No. What?
You know what? I'm gonna kick
My
you right
teacher
out
will be
the
like,
table.
Shibomi is intelligent, but talks a lot.
Yes.
My mom is gonna kill me. Oh my God, I'll cry and cry and cry and cry. I'll be like, oh my God. And then some people will be crying because they came last. They came 22nd.
Right.
And they'll be like, why are you crying? What did you call? And I'm like, I'm second in class. It's like, why are you crying? I'm like, because they put that I talk too much. My mom is gonna kill me. So it was fun growing up. Anyways, it was fun. It was okay. It was fun. It was fun growing up. It was a lot of, what are you doing?
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, right.
I was thinking. I was thinking.
You are always up to something.
I was thinking. So, before we go, we need to tell them about our event coming
So
up.
before we do the event, the consensus is
Consensus.
amongst us
Yes.
is that you do owe your parents
Yes,
a debt.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. now
Even
you can
even though it was their responsibility, is their choice, blah blah blah. But yes,
But I don't know
good
why
people,
you keep saying
a good
it's
person.
their responsibility.
It
or
is
choice.
because when I bring my son in or my daughter in this world, that's my obligation to take care of my kids, to make
Right.
sure they're adjusting to the world.
So I should have aborted the baby.
No, if you're not going to do that, then don't have them.
Right. And there are a lot of people out there that should not have had children,
Right.
or should have
Right.
fathered children, should not have delivered children. There's a
Yeah,
lot
but it
of
should be
people
for
out there that shouldn't have
but
had
then it
children.
should be for me to say, not for the kids to be like, hey, why did you bring me in? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I mean, some kids will say that, but that's
Yeah.
that's still is is your choice though. You made the choice to have, children, and
Say that again. It's your choice.
It's your
Are y'all
choice.
listening to that?
Your
It is
choice.
your choice,
Your choice.
not the government's.
yes, I agree. Well, you know what I said about it. I said, government, mind your business.
That's right. Mind your
You know.
damn
Yeah.
mind your damn business.
That's right.
that's my body, my choice.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I agree with that. But
Going back to our event coming up.
Yes.
the event. So we have a wine and pasta social called Wine and Pasta Podcast. It's going to be Saturday, June 29th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And it's going to be at 9828 Libby Road in Randallstown. And you can go to www.hottopicspodcast.com. That's TOPIX. And click on the events page and buy your tickets. It's only $45. And you can even choose your seat.
Okay.
So we're going to have a lot of fun. It's the menu is going to be
Pasta.
3 pasta entrees. Your
So
choice
there's
of
wine?
red or white wine.
bread, water,
Bread, water.
and side salad.
And side salad.
Yeah.
And there's Psycho 4081.
Yes. So yeah, it's going to be you're going to have a Caribbean flavored dish, the pasta salad. I mean, what was it called?
Caribbean themed
No, just only
entrees.
one. The jerk veggie pasta. The other one is shrimp Alfredo and Cajun chicken.
Okay.
Yeah. So come on out, have some fun with this, and strictly adults, 21 and older, because we have alcohol there. And also, if you see us out and about, we might have you can come down to the farmers market at Security Mall on Sundays. And
What time is it?
it starts at 9 to 4. We're there every Sunday. But you can come down there and you can scan and subscribe and chew the fat with us. They still say that? Chew the fat.
Old people. And only old people will understand what you're saying.
Hey, let's come down and holler at us.
There you go.
All right, so we can chat and everything else. So we also have an influencer contest where if you guys want to refer people to subscribe to our website, and we're going to take the person with the most referrals. You'll join us on our 4-day, 3-night trip, and be that fourth co-host. So posters will be there. If you want a poster, hit us up. You can email us or go through the website. And I think this will be a great opportunity for you. So check us out.
Yes.
And I didn't get to use the sound effects today.
Thank you.
That's
We
okay.
appreciate that. And I'm sure the listeners appreciate that too. We really do. We really do.
And I wanted to, when she was telling her story, I wanted to give her one of these.
Why are you like this? Listen, family, like, subscribe, share. And thank you for joining us today. Bye.
Ta-da.